Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Year 2 playoffs. And I think we got a really good chance at the cup this year, guys. I mean, we were the President's Trophy winning team. You can see our goals for and goals against were both phenomenal. The power play was there, and the penalty kill was solid. Hellebuck returned to his form. Scheifele had a great season. But that doesn't matter because if we don't win 4 of the next 7, it's all over in a flash. So let's go ahead, jump right into it, guys. And our first opponent is, as we mentioned in the last one, the Dallas Stars. So let's take a look at what their lines look like. They've got Jake Ottinger, so it's going to be a tight goaltending matchup. But let's see what they've done with the rest of their roster here going into year number 2. And it's Robertson with Hintz and Duchesne. Really good first line. They've got a very similar X Factor kind of scenario to what we've been able to accomplish, but I think our overalls are better. Their second line is really good. They've got Mikael Granlund, who I believe they picked up at the deadline last year, Wyatt Johnston, who's continued to develop, and then Logan Stankoven, who's also developed quite well, and it's a great second line. Their third line is centered by Tyler Seguin, which instantly bumps this third line up in terms of quality with Marchment and Sundqvist, and then their fourth line looks like a fourth line. On the blue line, they, again, are loaded on the left side and weak on the right side. You've got Heiskanen with Dumba, Harley with Lundqvist, and then Lindell with Labushkin, so really solid blue line if you just look at the overalls, but if you look at the pairings, you think they might be able to do better if they moved Harley up there or Heiskanen to the right D, right? Because he can play right D, so you do lefty, right D with Harley, Heiskanen, and then Lindell with Dumba, and then Lundqvist, Labushkin, I think would be what I would do if I was in charge of this team. But really good team, really strong, and then obviously we talk about the goaltending. Jake Ottinger, 90 overall, looks, I mean, really good, right? You can't deny that they have a equally good team as we do. So let's go ahead, get to the first game here. All right, game number 1. Let's just get into it. No, let's not talk about it anymore. Let's just go for it. First period, 3-1. That's a huge start. Kyle Connor getting us the first goal. Wyatt Johnston ties it for them. And then Scheifele scores shorthanded before Ehlers scores on the power play. So you love to see that. Second period, and we're up 4-1 with Colin Miller getting a goal for us here. And in the third period, we close this one out 5-1, an incredible victory. Really solid on both ends of the ice. The defense certainly came alive. This season as a whole, really turned it on for the second half of the season mostly, and we were just able to really dominate offensively like we have been able to. The Stars were stars, and that's that. Let's get into game number 2, though. Let's keep it going. Sorry, it took a little longer than I'm used to for it to simulate a day, so let's go here. First period, and we are down 1-0. This time, Jason Robertson is the one with the goal. So we are unable. 20 shots! We took 20 shots in the first period? Oh my goodness. Jake Ottinger certainly stepping up. Second period, and we finally break through with Scheifele getting another goal, and then Nemesnikov getting one from the bottom 6. You love to see it. Third period, and Dallas is going to complete the comeback with Heiskanen scoring on the power play and Granlund, and we just were unable to capitalize on our 20-shot first period. I'm not overly concerned if we continue to play like that, guys. I think we're going to have a fine time here, but obviously dropping a game at home is never fun. It's never good. You don't like to see it, but Hellebuck's played well. Ottinger, obviously, after the first game, stepped it up there big time in the second game, but I think we can continue to play like we've been playing. We should be pretty good. But we head to the road, game number 3, first period, down 1-0, Duchesne on the power play, so our average penalty kill really starting to let us down a bit. Second period, and it's 3-1, another power play. Duchesne completes the hat trick, and Velarde gets one for us. And in the third period, Dallas blows it open, and it's a 6-3 loss, and it's about time, guys, we start looking at some potential line changes. And who's not doing well? Nemesnikov, Gustafsson, Iafallo can't really edit the third line more than we have. Take a look at these lines, right? Because the first line can't touch that one. 6 goals against there really hurts Connor Hellebuck's averages. I mean, it's only 3 games, but come on. Can't be having that. The second line, I guess Lindell, he's even... 1, even, -1, even, -1, and then we have +1, -1, -1. So nothing to really separate them there. Guys, this first line is so good. They are getting points, right? 3 points, +3, +3, +3. Okay, so they're not letting us down. the top line's getting I mean, we've got 91 Neil Pionk, guys. He developed a gold X Factor. I can't believe I didn't even notice that. Pionk got gold Spinorama. Okay. And then the middle pairing is even, plus, so it really doesn't look like there's much to split them. I guess maybe it's the penalty kill, and maybe we do need to start loading up the top line penalty kill with a guy like Scheifele and Bath. I mean, that's really good there. Lundell with Iafallo, maybe moving Iafallo down for like Lowry. No, Lowry should be taking face-offs. Iafallo, Lundell, and then on the third penalty kill, Lowry, Nemesnikov. I mean, it's going to make Scheifele play a lot more minutes because he's out there on the first penalty kill, but I don't know what else we could do at this point to get this team playing any better than it is. I think everybody, I mean, Batherson has to fit the first line, so I can't ask him to fit the second line. But really, I mean, Nazar's a -1, so maybe I flip-flop Nazar with a guy like Iafallo, because we get a +2 on both lines, and then Iafallo is a -1, but he is a two-way forward. Compare him to... Yeah, guys, we're down, what, 2-1 in the series? I just want to make the changes I need to. A little bit on the power play, right there in the bottom six. I'm not overly concerned with the rest of the way things are going. We just need to perform better. I think we've been playing better than they have, and we're just not getting the results. And that is the way it goes here in the postseason. But here we go. Game 4, gotta win it. Gotta split the first 4, right? They took one on the road. We gotta take one on the road. First period, 4-1. That's huge. Nazar scores on the power play. Ehlers scores on the power play. Johnston gets a shorty. Ehlers scores even strength, and Scheifele scores even strength to open the game. I completely glossed that over. But again, another 20-shot first period. So it seems like Dallas is taking a lot of penalties. Second period, and they pull it back. Dumba and Sagan scoring here in the second period. And in the third period, we ice it. We ice it. So we were up to 6. They got the fourth goal, 6-4, made it 7-4, Scheifele there, and that's what we want to see. The offense was there. I don't love to see the defense allowing 4 goals in that game, but if nobody's, I mean, Perfetti, Lundell were minuses. Don't love that. I guess we did score a little bit more on the power play than you might expect, but it doesn't matter. We got the overall win. I think we're fine. Hellebuck's save percentage, though, is looking horrible. He looks like the Hellebuck from last season. I need him to regain that regular season form. I really need that regular season form to come into fruition. There's 41% on the power play. That is absolutely ridiculous, guys. But the good news is it's 2-2 in the series, and it's a best of 3, and we have home ice advantage. So let's go get it done. Let's go get this thing done here. Game 5, a crucial game, putting whoever wins it on the precipice of round number 2. First period, we're down 2-0. Heiskanen and a power play goal for Duchesne. Oh my God. Second period, 5-1 now with a shorty for them. Duchesne continues to score with Mikey Anderson scoring 1 for us, and we get absolutely blown out in this one, 7-2. Oh my God, and it's a -3 for the top line. Oh my God, I don't know what to do at this point, guys. I really don't know what to do. Our penalty kill is just horrible. I mean, I guess it actually went up. Holy cow, we must have killed a couple penalties in that game, but I mean, still, Hellebuck's not making any saves. We need to make some kind of line change, I feel like. Maybe I need to move Pionk off that top pairing, and maybe that'll do something for us. Maybe Gabe Vilardi onto the second line would do better for us here. I mean, we get a +2 either way, but Vilardi is a -1, but he's got 4 points. The second line's not really clicking. They don't really have any points there on the second line. Vilardi's been getting points, so it's not the power play. Let's take a look at the defense, too. Let's get Mikey Anderson up with Pionk. There we go. With Morrissey, excuse me, and put Pionk with Grzelcyk. I mean, maybe just spreading it out. Anderson's even, +4, -4 for Neil Pionk is not what you can afford. I mean, Morrissey's even, but Pionk being a minus, especially with all those X factors, you would just expect a better performance, but we're going to put him on the middle pairing. Hopefully he helps the middle 6 generate some better +-, some better even play, but our goals against is horrible. 4.2. We've been getting shelled, and we got 2 games, guys, to keep our postseason lives alive, right? We need to I don't know what to say. We just need to win them. We just need to do it. First period, and that's a great start. Gabe Vilardi, huge goal there. Huge goal from Gabe Vilardi, right? We move him up. He immediately gives dividends with a 1-0 lead at the end of 1. After 2, it's 2 Jason Robertson power play, 2 power play goals. put it in another power play goal. 3 power play goals right now, guys. That's 3 power play goals. 3-1 right now, halfway through the period. And if we don't score 2, our postseason is done. We'll be done. Iafallo gets one back. Do we have one more in us? We haven't given another power play. Of course we do. 2 minutes, 1 minute to go. And it's Logan Stankoven. Oh, I thought we might do it, but nope. That's all she wrote. The President's Trophy winning team loses in 6. Okay. That was horrible. Nobody was really a minus because it was the power play. Who took our penalties in this one? How many times were we shorthanded in the postseason here? This is crazy. I just can't believe that we, in 5. So what do we play? Western Conference, please, not the Eastern. Winnipeg Jets. We played 6 games. We were shorthanded 21 times? 21 times shorthanded? The refs were calling everything. There were 39 penalties. 39 times shorthanded in this postseason. That is ridiculous. In 6 games? You're talking over 6 power plays a game total. That's 3 for each team. You usually don't see that, especially in the postseason. Who took our penalty minutes? Who was it? Nikolai Ehlers, Scheifele. Oh my God. Ehlers, Velarde, Iafallo. Iafallo taking 6 penalty minutes. That's crazy. It's a penalty every other game, but look at this. Perfetti, Scheifele. It was everybody had a penalty pretty much. I'm sure even Hellebuck managed to get a penalty, but wow. Okay, so those, you guys are going to know that this, when you click on it, that it didn't go well. Great. All right, well, don't really know what to say. I feel like the team at 5-on-5 played well. Our penalty kill was average. Don't really know how you can get much better than the team that we just put on paper. Not really sure what to say. This team is really I feel really balanced. You know what? I think Velarde, and Perfetti. I feel like Perfetti has just been doing nothing. I guess this season he had 60 points, which is good, plus 11. His giveaway to takeaway ratio was a bit better. But in the postseason, what has he done for us, right? Let's take a look at his playoff stats. In his 2 seasons in the playoffs, he's been 12 points and a -1, 1 point in 6 games. That's putrid. At least Velarde did something. Now, he didn't have as good of a regular season, but I had him glued to the 3rd line all season. They were both equally bad. I feel like at this point, I don't want to pay either of them. I just want to move on from them both. But his giveaway to takeaway ratio has been better. And like you guys have mentioned, he is a power forward. His giveaway to takeaway ratio was better in the postseason than Velarde's, I think, and pretty even last year. And he had 13 points, was a +4 last year. This year had 5 points and was a -1. So I don't know. Honestly, at this point, Velarde might be the guy to keep, and I might get rid of Cole Perfetti. He's younger, but we might need to make some drastic moves here. We've got Anton Lundell, who was supposed to be our answer as far as a 2-way guy. He did shoot the puck a ton, which we found the shooter, and he's got a good giveaway to takeaway ratio and hit a ton. Take a look at what he did in the playoffs. Didn't really have that 2-way impact that I was hoping he would, like he did for Florida last year. 21 takeaways, 4 giveaways. Must have been on a really good line for him. He shot poorly, 5%, but 6 games is such a small sample size that it's hard to read into it. But I'm happy with Lundell. I think he's fine. It was a down performance for him, but man, oh man, the top guys, Scheifele's medium franchise. He's exact franchise now, and he's got gold. I think he's had a gold. Maybe he hasn't. But anyway, Ehlers, the top line, you can't really pin it on them. It was the rest of the roster. Batherson, I'm not even talking about him. How did he do? Obviously in the regular season, 64 points, +12, really solid on that second line. Really good giveaway to takeaway ratio, so he fits what we're trying to do here. And in the playoffs, had a positive giveaway to takeaway ratio, even though it wasn't very much, and then 3 points and a -1. So I feel like Drake Batherson, especially for 2 more years, 1 more year after this one at just under $5 million, is absolutely worth keeping around. But Velarde and Perfetti, we might be able to find some other contributors. Obviously Lundell could go up here, and then we find a left winger and a 3rd liner. We've got Frank Nazar, who could develop into being that guy. How did he do? He had obviously 38 points, and I think had a really good giveaway to takeaway. Well, for a sniper who doesn't have a good defensive category, I'll take that as really good. But 2 giveaways, 1 takeaway, didn't really do that, and had 5 points for us, 1 on the power play, and was a -1. And he, he played 11 minutes, and he had 5 points in 6 games. So I think Frank Nazar is kind of a future contributor for us, right? Batherson is only a right winger. Nazar can play center right wing, so we could do Nazar as the second line center if we move on from Velarde and Perfetti. There's a lot in my brain right now, and I guess I haven't looked at any of the blue liners. I feel like the blue line is set. We can't really move on from too much because those guys are pretty much locked in, but as far as the cap is going to go up by another couple million next year, and then we just take a look at the defense in the postseason. Come on, keep up with me. 6 points for Morrissey. He was even. Mikey Anderson had 4 points. He was even. Colin Miller had 2 points. He was even. Grizzlick was a +6 in the postseason. Zach Jones was a +2. Sure, Pionk wasn't great, but he's 30. Exact elite offensive. I mean, he is an absolute stud. He's got 5-star puck skills, 5-star senses, 5-star defense. So as much as it may suck that he's an offensive defenseman, I mean, maybe I tell him to be a two-way defenseman and try and change his gameplay that way. I mean, like the playoff stats, he had more takeaways than giveaways too. That's crazy. That's incredibly good. I mean, we have him locked up. I don't know, guys. The blue line feels fine to me. The goalie, I mean, Hellebuck, this is back-to-back postseason. He's exact franchise, sure, but let's take a look at his playoff stats. It's been rather putrid. I mean, it's kind of like he is in real life. Not good. Really, really not good. Like, this is bad, guys. So I'd like my elite franchise goaltender who's making $8.5 million with a no movement clause to step it up, but there's nothing we can do. We can't get him to waive it. So I don't know, guys. I feel like our two young guns in Velarde and Perfetti, I'm almost leaning more towards Velarde. I know Perfetti's younger and can grow to be better, but he clearly isn't fitting or jiving with what we're doing here in Winnipeg. So maybe I tender him, trade him, and then what we do is we bring Velarde back on a modest deal, right? Because we don't have too much cap space remaining. We've got 3.2 if it goes up by we have 12 million in cap space next year. There we go. So now it's clicking in. So we've got 12 million. We've got to bring back, Lowry, Miller, Velarde, Perfetti, and then that's it. So we could probably do that, but if I ask Velarde what he wants, he doesn't want to come back, and he wants 6.75, and then Cole Perfetti is asking for 6 million, so we basically have to pick one of them. Lowry, if we were to bring him back, he is 33, by the way. He's asking for 3 million. I don't know, guys. I feel like Brad Lambert can take his spot. I mean, I know he was a +2. I mean, he's not really done what we expected him to do. His giveaways to takeaways are not what we expect of an elite two-way center like him. And then giveaways to takeaways in the postseason, they're all right. And he was a plus this year, but small sample size again. Colin Miller's been fine, but he's going to ask for an upgrade for sure, or a pay raise, I should say, up from 1.5 to just under 3. I mean, maybe I can drop it. I can't drop it all that much, to be honest, and I don't really want to give him a no movement clause, a modified no trade clause that includes more teams. I guess I could do that if we really wanted to bring back Colin Miller for maybe like 2.5 for 2 years. Maybe I could do that. He is an 83. He's really good, but I don't know if it's worth it. Gustafson's a fourth liner, and he's probably not going to ask for much, but do we want to bring him back? He was a -10 during the regular season. In the playoffs, he was even. He had a goal, so cool. And he was fine, right? So he is what he is. But really, the big decision, guys, oh yeah, he's definitely worth bringing back, and I can give him, what, a no movement clause? Yeah, how about I give you a modified no trade clause, and then just drop this down, and then just do that. There we go. 70. I could still move on from him and give him 2 years, 1 million, kind of, or like 2 years, 1.1. That would be so cheap for a guy like Gustafson. I feel like that's fine, and like the modified no trade clause, I can get rid of him for whatever. But Perfetti, Velarde, that's the decision. Velarde's older, still an RFA. They're both RFAs. Perfetti's got more years of RFA left. But Velarde, I hate to say it, has been the better performer when the lights shine the brightest. Maybe Perfetti needs a sniper on his wing, but you'd assume with Batherson there would be a way to get that done, right? Batherson's really good, and we had Lindell on there, so I guess it's more of a two-way second line, but guys, I don't know. I'm going to need your help down in the comment section, but that is that. Let me know what I should do with these contracts, because that is a rather poor way to go out. That is horrible, and I hate the fact that, like, I felt like this was the year, right? We got that close last year. Obviously, when you get that chance, you got to take advantage of it because, well, still haven't made the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, we got embarrassed in this round this year. So, President's Trophy, and we came up against a Dallas Stars team that's good, and we allowed them to score, what, 40% on the power play? Absolutely ridiculous. So, that's all the time I have for this one, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you in the next one.
It's a free for all.